And a very good warm welcome to everybody this evening on our next podcast episode. This will be episode number 4 as well. Also got a new little bit of a sponsor here. The podcast has been sponsored by Surf4cars. Any new or used car, anything that you want, head over to them. They can help you find your dream car next off. But tonight I am joined by my teammate, is in essence my team. I still only manage the team, but he's still my teammate, Andrew Shepard Richardson. What's up, dude? How are you?
What's up, Shawnee? Yeah, all back in yourself, man.
That's good. That's good. Let's just also get a little bit of a mic checks here. Everything all good and hunky dory. Let me just quickly get a couple of things sorted here while we just turn up Shep just a little bit so everybody can hear his sweet, sweet voice. Okay.
Oh, jeez. I can see chats popping off.
All right. Okay, cool. So we pretty much got his level kind of sorted. We'll adjust it as we go along. Everybody's saying, oh, there we go. Everyone, we got ladies in the chat. Any single ladies, you know?
Gotta love your teammates when they troll you on the TV.
Yeah, exactly. We also got cans in chat. Sheppy. There we go.
So much my lady.
Much love towards cans there. The bedroom is where the magic happens. There. I like how you put magic.
Oh, jeez.
But yes, it is our 4th podcast, which is great to see that we're going to continue on doing this. And as we said, we're going to, introduce you guys to the community members, make sure that everybody gets to know each other as well. There's some stories to be told as well. What we're going to quickly first do though, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go over the highlights for week number 5 for the champion battle that was on Sunday. But yeah, let's go over to that and enjoy that, and we'll be back. I think it's about 7 minutes long, and we'll be back in a short little bit of time. pretty action-packed there in week number 5 for the champion battle there. Obviously, we got the new ELO system that's obviously, I think it's doing pretty well. It's putting all the top teams in together with each other. So it was a pretty action-packed week. And Shep, from yourself and WRG, how did that pan out for you guys? You guys came 4th overall? Yeah. You guys came 4th overall.
Yeah, it was a hectic night, eh? Yeah, 4th. We came 4th overall. But we had some good things happening, but yeah, it was okay. We thought we could have done a bit better, but still happy to at least have finished top 5. I mean, Born to Lead and MLC really kicked it up a notch.
I mean, MLC were just unstoppable on Sunday. They literally just shot at everything and everyone. Apache just literally popped off Bosbita. All these guys just literally, like, they have their bad weeks, but then they have their really good weeks. Like, this was a proper, like, hi guys, we're still here. Like, what's up? You know, like, and for like you guys obviously seeing that coming up, I mean, your view on that?
Oh, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. I can tell you that. I mean, the games can only get more competitive, and it just forces everyone to step the game up and makes our scene look a hell of a lot better at the end of the day.
100%. I mean, yeah, I totally agree with you there, because I mean, MLC was also jumping in alongside, who was it? Silent Killers and Team Majesty as well inside Pachinki on their angle matches. It was complete bloodbath. It was just craziness happening everywhere, you know. It's interesting to see how MLC played down, and also Born to Lead. I mean, like you mentioned there as well, Born to Lead coming into it as well. I mean, I know did well.
Yeah, Hunter caught us a couple of times, so I'm fine with them. But yeah, I think they just showed what they can do. I know things have been a bit quiet. I haven't seen them the highest on the scoreboards for a while, and now to see them really climb up into things it's nice to see. We've always known they do have some firepower in them. So yeah, it's nice to see NX having a challenge.
True. That was my next point. Is NX has a challenge. I mean, I know like Viking and I spoke afterwards as well, and I know they didn't have the best night for them. I mean, within their team, but you know, for them to, you know, like Born to Lead got those knocks and they pushed onto them on that air angle game. We saw it there in the highlights as well, and it just shows the big teams can bleed, boys. You know.
Yep. It was nice to see people actually challenging them. Like, I know normally you'll see a team get a knock on NX and they back off, where Born to Lead just seemed to take advantage of it. I think the one highlight there on Erangel showed it. Yeah. I mean, put the pressure when you can, and it works out. So.
Exactly. I mean, we do know that NX can win these fights as well. So, I mean, it's not like it's... I mean, let's be honest.
It's no idle threat.
It's no idle threat. Yeah, no, for sure. It's not like, oh, guys, he's their free-falls now. But, I mean, it's you know, we got... they definitely are doing some... Born to Lead's definitely coming to... It surprised me as well. I must admit, I was a bit... Like, you guys had a bit of a tough game, but you guys were getting the kills all the time. I saw, like, in the one game, you came 7th, but you guys got 7 or 8 kills or something like that as well. So, you guys aren't getting the placement that you would like. So, you know, you guys are getting the kills. So, how are you guys finding that, you know, difference there?
So, we were finding previously that we were getting placements, no kills. So, now it's time to try and at least pick up some more fights, stop being so passive. And now with that, we just have to adapt to getting shot at the entire time.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys are trying. I mean, you guys are you're pushing up. You guys are getting the stuff done. I mean, things will come. I mean, you guys are grinding it out as well. I know that for a fact. You know, obviously, being the
seeing what's going on.
I know what's going on there. So we'll see what happens from there. Quickly, guys, as well, if you want to ask Shepard any questions, just, you know, at Shepard or at PUBG Africa, we can then look at those questions as well, and we can, you know, get those things in. Now going towards yourself, Shep. Who's Shep? When did you start out gaming here? Let's let the viewers know who Andrew is, bro.
Okay, well, I know I've got some old stories here. I think the first time gaming really entered the scene was probably grade 4, grade 5. So I'm not going to give my age away there. It's a long time ago, back when
I'm older
dinosaurs
than
were
you,
around.
bro, so you know.
But yeah, we used to just hit the internet cafe after school, playing Warcraft 3, and then CS became a thing, and we started grinding that. And yeah, since then it's just been games for life. Been a good release. CSGO, well, no, actually, Dota 2 was the first competitive game I really got into, doing a bit of Rage in that, and then CS, but that was more DGL online stuff, and then PUBG has probably been the biggest thing I've gotten stuck into, so feels good.
Yeah, and talking about your PUBG career, it was interesting when you were going over it, when we were just having a chat off air. Your PUBG history is actually interesting, and I think a lot of people won't know the teams that you've been part of. And the first team, I think, was there, so you can tell everyone, what's your PUBG career? Who have you played for? You know, what are the teams going in?
Okay, so first team to really get started off with was Syneater. Back in the day when we had Vinco and the arena tournaments were kicking off then.
Yeah, those are arenas that RoboHobo did, hey, back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Emperor's Palace setups. I know Soda, I think Soda, Critzy, all of them were there as well. It's actually where I met Only Unknowns.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was him, myself, we had Terios, and he can tell you in chat. I forget the last guy's name.
Forgot the last guy's name.
Yeah,
but you guys played for Sin 5 back then. So that's like, Sin 5 has been in there quite a bit of time. I know my boys were I don't think we were there at the thing, but I know some of them might have been there because WRG was part of the whole arena stage as well when it first launched, and that was... We're talking a very long time ago. I mean, I was an active player back then. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a long time. I don't think it was Freedom Viking. I don't think it was Freedom.
No,
it
wasn't. So Mike only came through a bit later.
See if I can get my camera to focus there. There we go.
Yes, that's a magic hack.
Oh, yeah, I know,
right? Yeah, it was one of Only Unknowns things. See BIA Slayer spamming some questions there.
Yeah, Shep, where do you see competitive gaming going in South Africa compared to the global comps? We'll come to that question now, but yeah, and then
Rip.
Rip. Okay, Rip.
Yeah, Rip Inc. He was he moved back to playing Dota, but also quite a lacquer to play games with. Nice. But next team after that left, I think, took a bit of a break and then joined the Horizon crew with Plugs, Cans, all of them.
Yeah, that's a while. That is a while ago as well. That I casted you guys on that, like Metal State stuff, all of that. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
I remember sneaking in on some big boy teams and...
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about as well. It's White Rubber Game, so let's not go there because I remember that. Boy. I distinctly remember you sitting on top of the apartments and then you're getting shot from, like, where are we getting shot? No, he's on the roof. Oh my God. What is going on here?
What's up?
What's up? Yeah, the sneaky guy. Yeah.
There goes the dog. Yes. Cookies, KGS. That was the main one.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, Les was definitely a target.
100%. I know that. That's also when WRG had two different teams as well at that stage, as far as I remember. We had like the Assault team and the Recon team, and that's just, and you joined as, you know, obviously you joined and then the Recon team fell away eventually. But yeah, then you joined White Rabbit, I'm assuming, after Horizon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think I was getting more competitive again, and then I reached out to Les, and there was a bit of a spot going, not in the team he was with. I think it was just with your team.
Yeah, it was Assault team.
I just slotted in with you guys.
It's better part of a year. We were talking about, I think it's like a year and 6 months that you've been part of the team as well. So that's a fair bit of times. I mean, we've done a lot in a year and 6 months. It's been a while, 100%. It's been a pleasure as well, how must be said. And then, like, you know, I think you have an interesting story of how you got your gaming name, Shepard.
Oh, yes. Okay. Some of my mates who are even in the Twitch chat here, Smoky Circles and Throwing Tofu, I'm looking at you. We all went to Oppikopi.
Oh, okay.
And whoever knows Oppikopi, it's a good time. I can say that.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't really, well, they were getting rather wasted. And they needed someone to make sure they wouldn't kill themselves walking around Oppi because it's pretty hazardous.
Yeah, I know. Oppi is crazy.
I think I had 9 of my mates, and we all walked through Oppi, had them go up this hill, but you literally have a rope to climb up it. And it's the proper bush South African rock, sharp. Yeah, and took them up there, managed to get to the top safely, and then good old Smoky Circles decides he's going to get real wasted, as we say, white girl wasted. And I had to make sure I got this man home. And yeah, let's say that was an interesting experience, herding a group of 9 drunks safely through Oppikopi back to camp.
Hence the name Shepard. I like it. Yeah. I like this. I like this. and
that's why. See, now they're trying to. But I also thought, you know, I know that's not how Shepard's actually spelled, but I mean, drunks, it's how you'd spell it.
Yeah, there we go. I like it. I like the story. Thanks. That's how I remember you. That's how I remember it. Smoky Circles. I like it. There we go.
I'm surprised you remember anything, my boy.
That's awesome. So coming back to the question from Slayer there, Shepard, where do you see competitive PUBG going in SA and compared to the global comps?
Yeah. So look, to be honest, with the way PUBG Africa has been pulling things together, and the fact that you've been streaming like the PSL, some really big comps, I have a feeling things are going to kick off here. I can only see us going bigger, and with the way the skill levels increasing, there's no reason we can't start, you know, having bigger international comps and our South African boys being across there repping.
Yeah.
So I think our scene's going to do some breaking through this year.
I really hope so. I think we're definitely getting some cool new teams in, which are coming in. Like we have the Silent Killers. I mean, we've seen South Africa touch there before, but I mean, these guys coming in, and they're quite good aimers, and some, I think, a team to watch out for the rest of the teams, the Silent Killers, that's for sure. Okay, cool. We'll move on to our next topic, but before we do that, it's a good segue for our sponsor, Surf4cars. Any car you want, they've got it, and a quick little video on the sponsor as well.
Fallen in love with a car? Visit surf4cars.co.za. Any car you want, we got it.
And that's the video sponsor there from Surf4cars. Quite a cool little funny little video there. You know, you're falling in love with cars. It's Valentine's Day, guys. You know, this weekend, you know, buy yourself a new car. Fall in love with your car as well. Can I buy a Dacia? There we go. You know, having a Dacia, I think that would be epic. Dude, if you could find a Dacia, I think that would be so cool, Kritzy. Like 100%, we kitted out everything. I think that would be so cool.
A proper Slav mobile.
Yeah, we
check
go.
the BA boys, roll up, windows down. Easy.
100%. I think that would be so good. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, if for the sponsor, guys, head over to www.surf4cars.co.za. Go find your dream car there. There's all a bunch of they advertise new and used cars there. So go look on their website and find your dream car there. But then now moving on to our next little topic, we're going to move on to PGI.S. The big tournament that's being played right now. And your thoughts so far in the tournament, Shep?
There's some names who are showing they're there to take the win. Like they really mean business. But a couple of teams that I expected to actually pull finger, they're nowhere to be seen, really. I mean, they're really struggling, I guess.
True.
When you haven't played, like I know the EU and NA guys kind of know how to play against each other, but when you get the Asian teams coming in, throws a spanner in the works because they're just
looking, as usual, pretty strong. So we're going to put up the scoreboard here as well. This is obviously the top 16 that made it into the first weekly finals. And, Sonics taking out the top spot there. I mean, Sonics is pretty on point at this point. I mean, I don't think anyone expected NA to be as strong as they are. And yeah, I mean, what do you think of Sonics going forward from there?
Yeah, look, they really came in guns blazing. And looking at them, I mean, this was for the ranked decision. They finished top. And then you look at them now with the weekly ladder. I mean, game one, they go in and they dumpster everyone and take the win. Well, it was a little bit sketchy at the end, but I mean they're really showing what's up.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they're definitely doing some good work there. I mean, for me, teams that are kind of, I mean, the one team we have to talk about again from NA, Oath. They had a rough start to this PGI.S. Like, they had like 3 points at one stage and they were bottom of the log. And then all of a sudden, they end up 12th with 74 points. I mean, they went mental in the last couple of days there.
I think after 3 or 4 games, they had a total of 3 points. Yeah. They were sitting quite firmly in 32nd place. And I know for me, that's a team I follow. I really like their players. And watching that, I was a bit concerned. And suddenly they just came and, pushed it and really showed what they can do. Yeah. So to finish 12th overall from sitting 32nd, some big boy players.
Yeah, 100%. And I like how the analysts, before even all of these started, they said 64 points would be probably the cutoff. They got it bang on. I mean, Furia there, 64 points. I mean, they got it bang on there. I mean, just 2 points above that. Team Liquid, not having the best tournament yet again. You can see some things. I mean, we'll go over towards the weekly. We're going to show you quickly also the top, the bottom 32. But going on to Liquid again, I mean, not having a great time, really. I mean, we expect Liquid to do probably a little bit better. I mean, because they're such a big team.
Yeah, look, I think also they changed their rotations up. If you look at how they would normally rotate, they kind of go straight for it. Where now they were doing longer rotates and they were getting picked off while they were doing it.
Yeah.
And it cost them. You can see that change has affected their kind of play style, but I mean, they're picking it up slowly. They're learning what these other teams are bringing to the table and taking them head on.
Yeah, 100%. We got a question here from Dr. Schizo. Do you think Sonics can handle the World Comp? I mean, against the Asian strong monsters. I mean, with the way they are playing, I mean, let's hope. I mean, one of the NA casters even said it, like, NA did well in the group stages. They did well, but when it came to the end of it, they kind of just, NA fell off, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to move back to just our screen here before we show the scores again. But the Sonics, like, I think Sonics have got it this year. I think if they continue on this run, it can definitely be some, like, finally NA does something inside PUBG, inside PUBG, But, yeah. I mean, your views on that one, I guess?
So, another thing the casters actually brought up was Sonics, yes, they did well in the ranked sessions now, and they won game 1 of this week. Only thing is, they now don't play any games for the rest of the week. So how is that going to affect them? I mean, you don't have the game time most of the other teams will now have. Cool, you've got boatloads of cash now. I mean, they get the 10 Gs.
Yeah, the 10 Gs, which we're going to look at that payout thing a little bit later. But yeah, they got the 10 Gs. You got a good point. I mean, I'm sure these guys are going to be definitely. There's going to be some sort of. I wonder if they got like other scrims going on or something like that. I'm not entirely. Excuse me. I'm not entirely actually sure.
A little blowout. It's okay. PUBG things. Don't stress.
Exactly. But yeah, you got a good point there. I mean, if they're not going to be playing, I don't even know if they're not probably not going to be running any scrims in between with the teams that are already out. I don't know actually.
Nope. The casters actually talked about it, and they said there's no scrims going on in the background. Like, I think Sonics will have to find their own way to do it, playing ranked or trying to see if EU scrims are going down or what kind of scrims are going down across Korea side. See if they can get it going.
Yeah.
But
it's gonna be. It's gonna be interesting. You have a very good point there. I like that point there. But we're gonna go back to the scores quickly.
All the dogs walking in and out here. Sorry, everybody.
I saw some of the teams playing in quadro scrims in the morning. Some of T2 Korean teams. Yeah, I mean, there you go. They might, like you said, make their own plan to get somewhere and do something about it. You know. But then I'll come back to the next one. FaZe Clan. 23rd. I mean, these guys, in essence, kings of Europe. Let's be honest. I mean, they didn't do it last PCS, but these oaks know how to play this game. Not going well for them. Their rotations are off. They feel off. To me, that's what they feel like. They just feel off at this point.
Well, I mean, who was it? It was Sonics who gate kept them that one game, and you know the DMs and the Twitter world were pretty
that was
entertaining.
Pretty good. Yeah. That was.
We
good.
Good if we Sonics were a good team as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
make top 16 first, my boys.
Yeah, make top 16 first. That was Gustav. I remember that was pretty good tweet from them as well. And then I guess this is more like, I don't think many of like our local lads would know this game, but Multi Circle Gaming. I mean, Paper Thin, who's their caster for like the most of the Korean stuff, he dubbed this team to win the whole damn thing. And they just did not turn up. These guys had 36 points after how many games? 12 games in essence, no? Well, it was 12 games in total. I mean, to be dubbed that, you're gonna might take out the whole entire tournament. Ouch.
But that's the caster's curse. I mean, it happens when everyone thinks you're more hardcore than you might actually be, or the pressure actually got to them.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I mean, now in that LAN setup, the pressure's on. Yeah. I mean, you are all on top of each other on that awesome stage. Like, it's going to get to you. But I mean, the competition there is also wild. Things haven't gone their way. They've just been picked off, and it happens. Let's see. They've still got another 7 weeks. I mean, it's an 8-week tournament, so
it's crazy. No, can you imagine just playing consistently for 7-8 weeks consistently? I mean, we all do it, but in a competition at this level, it's gonna take some mental strength from these teams. That's for sure. I saw some things in chat while we just bring back to the cameras here. Shep, what conditioner do you use? Your beard is so beautiful.
Oh, plugs, my man. Always there with the real questions.
Yeah. Do you use conditioner?
Beard shampoo, that's it.
Yeah, you see, man looks after himself. PUBG Africa, Shepard, I still feel like teams are holding back and not showing all their cards straight off the bat, and it's part of their plan. I mean, I see what you're saying there, Unknowns, but I mean, this is for money. I mean, I'm going to bring up how much these teams make, right? So this is the weekly survival. Match 1, you make 10K. And then after match 1, it goes down. I mean, 9 to 16 don't even take home some money. So, I mean, you have to like bring your A game straight off the bat here. As we just switch back to our caster. But you have to bring your A game here. I mean, getting in nothing else. I mean, at the end of this tournament, whoever makes the most money takes it, you know. So it's just interesting to
I think guys are still trying to get used to the whole tournament setup. because this is a different format. We haven't seen this before. It's a hell of a lot of gaming going on, and
I mean,
again,
I'm loving it. By the way, there's good PUBG to watch, And I must say, these weekly survivals have been a lot more intense than I thought they would be. I like, yes, you win a chicken dinner. It doesn't matter how many kills you get, and you make it into the weekly final. But the weekly survival series has actually been pretty damn entertaining. I mean, I've watched all of the games so far. I mean, I know you've also watched quite a few games there yourself. But how do you felt this whole setup's going? And
so I think with the ranked ones, we saw guys really just trying to get the points. Flush kills, take whatever fights you can. But with the start of the weekly stuff, you could see some teams holding back a bit, like trying to make sure keep 4 alive, get to the end, because we know if you've got 4 up last couple of circles, you should be able to take a win.
Team Liquid, for that matter.
Yeah.
I mean, they bunkered down in the survival series. I mean, they managed to get the chicken dinner in the end. I think they got it with, let me just try and refocus my camera again. Just for whatever reason, we're just having some troubles tonight with the camera. I don't know why. There we go. It eventually comes back. I mean, Liquid are bunkering down. It was pretty disappointing to see, but I understand the game plan. It makes sense to do that. I mean, I think they made more points in the games they played than they did on the weekend on the ranking decision. And maybe that's the way they go. It would be interesting to see if they do change it up that vastly, though. But I mean, like, they did make it in. And we're going to have a quick look at the teams that are already in and the teams that are still about to make it in, as we just switch to that. I mean, like you said, day one, Sonics in 10K. Thank you, ma'am. Go to the bank, pretty much.
Yeah. And then infantry rolling in. What's been weird to see with these games is it's either an EU swing or the Asian swing or an NA swing.
NA swing.
Like, you don't have a mix of both teams or regions fighting it out. Either all the EU and NA get wiped, or you have all the Asian teams getting wiped.
It's weird. And you say that, but I mean, you look at, Furia kind of falls under NA, but they're South America, they're from Brazil. As we see that as well. But, we haven't got a Korean team in the final yet. And that's obviously what the casters have been going on about as well. Not one Korean team has made it yet. And that's obviously like that's one of the bigger sides of PUBG as well. So, it's not been easy for the locals at this stage. Let's put it that way.
And, it's a bit surprising looking at how DWG Career played. I mean, they made themselves known on that first day of the ranked.
True.
They dominated. So you'd kind of expect them to step up and be able to take a win, but they just seem to be getting caught out the whole time, or taking fights that they think they should win, but they just get silly knocks. Nades are catching them out, and it's just the high tier of players you're dealing with here. Anything can happen. You might be a number 1 team, but the 32nd place team can still wipe you like any other team.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so last 5 teams tomorrow need to make it in. Who's your prediction?
Ooh, okay. So,
and also in chat, guys, give us your predictions in chat on who do you think are going to be the last 5 teams in the weekly final.
Yeah, okay. So I think Genji for me, first pick. They've been so close. It's just a matter of time. DA, if they can stop dropping 4 AM on Erangel. But I think if anything, they'll get a dinner on Miramar. It just seems to be
so good on Miramar DA. I mean, they've been absolutely. We're going to come to those videos later.
Yeah, just now.
But DA have been so good. Unlucky today with to not actually get through. But holy moly, like 17 kills on Miramar in that game, and they still didn't win that chicken dinner. But I mean, they were on fire, definitely. Looking through here, continue on your thing. I'm gonna then call out some people.
Yeah, so Oath, my boys, they got to pull it through, and DWG Kia, it's a matter of time that they just step up and say, "How's it, Oaks?" And who knows, FaZe, like they've been getting taken out, and we'll see. Let's see if they can actually pull things together and pull themselves towards themselves.
Yeah, FaZe, I don't know if they can do that. I can see a lot of people going for Oath, a lot of people going for DA, a lot of people... Gen X, that's interesting. I mean, that's a good one. Oath, definitely. I think Oath will do it. 100%. They were on... Like, they were just there. They just couldn't get that top spot, you know? They were getting to those situations where they couldn't do it. Furiku will make it. Yeah, definitely. We're going to have see a FaZe Wednesday. Yeah, I mean, they need... FaZe needs some day. Because at the moment, FaZe needs any day of the week at this point, as far as I'm concerned.
T1 is also a team we actually haven't talked on.
Yeah, I have T1 to go through. I mean, I have Genji, Oath, Tiban, T1, and DA. Those are the 5 teams I think will actually make it in. Genji, no, they'll just come. Kia, I just don't know if Kia's just there. You know, they came out the gates, but just kind of the performance is slowly.
They've started dropping down a bit. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, TN still have Star-Lord. True. Do they have Star-Lord? I think they do. I'm not entirely sure they could. I can't actually remember. Yeah, they do. And there we go. See? Unknowns with the info.
Pulling through.
We're gonna quickly go over to my desktop here. I just want to. We're gonna have a discussion, because this is a discussion we can have also within our scene as well. What's going on in Pachinki rather than anything else, right? So quickly just shift over to there for now, as I quickly open up this and.
Oh,
let's see if they last longer than a minute 26 this time. Let's go.
Sickles out, shotguns out, and maybe DA once again out. We'll see. This has not gone well for them initially. And it's not going well again. They say it's a sign of madness to repeat something constantly and expect a different result. And so far, exactly the same result.
Oh, they lasted 3 seconds longer this time. Good
I
job,
love that
boys.
comment. I love that.
Let's see if they last longer than a minute 26.
They lasted 3 seconds longer. I mean... I mean...
Just seeing this, it's been crazy, and it makes me laugh a little bit, because DA are just being stubborn. That's a word I'm looking for.
Stubborn is a good word.
They put a tweet out. No, well, you've got 4 AM, DA, and there's one other team who all like school apps and ROS. And DA have said, no, this is our area, we're taking it. And clearly it isn't. I think it's time to reevaluate.
They did this over the weekend. They did this all through Monday. They did this all through Tuesday. I mean, they just kept on going there, and all of these things. I mean, DA and Erengal's been... I think they won the last Erengel. They eventually beat 4 AM eventually. Then 4 AM went to go win the last very game today, and now they're out. So now DA has a free compound, at least. So let's see what DA can do on Erangel now. So it's just... I find it funny because these fights keep on happening. And even on our scene, you know, we have in Pachinki at the moment, we have MLC, we have Team Majesty, and we have Silent Killers, all landing in Pachinki. I mean, MLC's recently gone there now. Team Majesty's always been there, and then Silent Killers is a new team that's just like, we're here, we're going. And on Sunday, we saw one team leave every single time. So it's like,
crazy when you're in game and you're trying to watch the kill feed and you just see people fighting from landing, just so
And
Yeah,
it's two
it's-
less teams for you to worry about, I guess, going into it for everybody in the lobby. But I mean, do you think, like, you know, I know what DA are trying to accomplish. I know what 4 PM are trying to accomplish. And even these 3 teams inside Pachinki are trying to accomplish. But at some point, you're going to have to either completely smash them out like 20 times at some how many is too much? That's the question. How many times that you get smashed in that drop slot that you just call it a day and say, you know what, we have to drop somewhere else?
It blows my mind just a little bit. I mean, you'd think, guys, keep the bodies up, you know, play for late game, wait for rotations. But I mean, a lot of these guys also have decent ping. I know when it's us trying to fight a North African team, it gets a bit sketchy. So I guess when you have most things on your side and you believe you are a better team, you're going to take those fights.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think that's what's happening.
In some, my strategy goes to, we've gotten smacked here 6 times in a row. No, we haven't got out. We come 16th. This is DA's, man. I'm talking about DA here. Like, we need to, you know, make some money now. That's, I mean, DA at this point, coming into this, was the top EU team. Like, let's all think about that. Like, DA was, I mean, remember how much of a meme DA was in the past? And, you know, this team is really a solid team. Don't you just go and think, you know what, guys, let's go make some money now and just leave these guys here behind us and go make some money? I mean, that's what my strategy would be there. You know, you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, it's like the chat's also saying here, when it comes to egos, no one wants to be seen as the
correct,
you know, lesser team. I am weaker than you. Yeah.
I mean, it's a chess game and it's a mental game. It's like, okay, I'm going to keep on playing the same strategy. I'm going to beat you, you know. It hasn't affected 4AM though. They've won. They're in the weekly finals now, and DA is still sitting there waiting to get into the weekly finals with no cash in their hands. Nor does 4AM either, for that matter.
Yeah, they may have won, but if you win that 9th game, sorry guys, you ain't getting anything.
Exactly. Confidence can only last so long. Exactly, I agree with that. It's an ego thing, like you said. I saw after the first one, I lost. And you lost the privilege. Try again a few matches later and take it back. Yeah. My team thinks they're the worst team. We can't win any fights. But see, you guys aren't the worst team. You guys are good, okay? Just, you guys can do this. I know you can do this. But this is the next fun thing. Right? See, Shep's even like, I want to do this now.
Here we go.
So we're going to do a little fun thing with the chat here as well. So we've picked the top 5 ELO teams, right, in PUBG Africa, and in our opinion, right, this is no BMs, this is just in our opinion, the kind of style to teams playing in PGI. So that's what we've done. So we've taken NX, MLC, Business Associates, White Rabbit Gaming, and Born to Lead. Those are our top 5 teams in our ELO at the moment. So first one, Inexorable Gaming.
Okay.
Also in chat, who do you think Inexorable Gaming represents? What's their style closest to in PGI? What are the teams there? You can write it in chat as well. But Shep, give your.
So I definitely think NX and Sonics are pretty similar with the way things are going.
I can agree with that. That's also what I had as well, Sonics, definitely.
When NX show up, they show up hard, and it's what we're seeing with Sonics. They're aggressive when they need to be. Very good thinking. Yeah, they're just showing everyone up, to be honest, and that's what I'm seeing now with NX. They are, my opinion, our best South African team.
Oh, 100. Yeah. I mean, at the moment, they had a bad game, but they still came 3rd overall, you know? For a team to have a bad night in their eyes and they still come 3rd, it's pretty good. So our Sonics 100%. For me, I'm going to do the next one, MLC. Kind of reminds me of Navi. And I have an explanation to this one, because when Navi comes out to play, Navi wins everything. We've seen like in PCS when Navi just won 4 chicken dinners in a row and they were just on fire. And it kind of reminds me of MLC as well, because MLC have those not so great games, but then when things go their way and everything's working, they just stomp everybody. They just go and they play and they go. So I have that kind of thing. And then the next one, business associates. I'm going to leave this one to you.
No, I honestly feel, BA is a lot like FaZe. They have some crazy players, and they can dumpster anyone. I mean, BA has finished on top of a couple of comps and shown us what they can really do. And I know Critzy is saying in chat, team thinks they're the worst. They're a good team. They can show up and show everybody some flames. So
I
yeah, but then
if it doesn't go right, it doesn't go right. And I know, you know, for them they know that it doesn't go right, but they're going to work their freaking butts off to get it right. And then, you know, same with FaZe. You know, they do exactly the same thing. But be sure when they're on there, once they figure it out, they are going to freaking stomp, and that's we know. Wait for Soda to get used to his new graphics card. That's obviously not as great as what he wants it to be, let's be honest. But, I mean, if he gets used to that, I mean, what he's doing now with the card that he's got, I mean, he's still doing fantastic things for the team. But once he gets a little bit easier and into the thing, then, you know, things will start clicking for this team yet again. I mean, they are playing with, they do have like 6 people as far as I know. It's what's Critzy, Ripper, Dax, Chris Ed, and Soda. So, sorry, 5. So, I mean... They obviously swapping out between Chris Ed and all those guys, whoever can make it at the time. What card does Soda get? As far as I know, it's like a 970 or something, if you remember him telling me correctly. Something like that. Was something like to that effect. But, you know, for Soda, what he's doing now with that card is good.
Just ignore that comment. Do not read that comment. Leave it be. My mates.
That's a funny one. Okay. Next one, WRG. I think WRG at the moment is like a Team Liquid. For the pure reasons that they never get zone. And, you know, they're not, let's be honest, Team Liquid's not on the hottest thing right now. But, you know, when they get a difficult zone, they make the best out of those difficult zones. And, you know, they're trying to do whatever they want. So that's, for me, WRG is like a Team Liquid. Never get the zones, but we're going to make the best out of whatever we get, you know. Like, we're going to go there, we're going to try it and get in there as much as possible. I mean, we've seen Liquid just over and over on Monday. It was Monday, literally zones just moving away from them. Wherever they did a long rotate, goes away. Another long rotate, no, bro, you're going to need to move again, bro. And it feels like me with you guys as well. WRG is exactly the same thing. I mean, you can give your perspective on that one because it is a team you play for, but...
I just feel like whenever you go to a center zone, you're like, yes, cool, I'll be in for the next circle, should be fine. Circle buggers off to the other side of the map. You're like, my dude, now I've got to rotate, try get through everyone, and you just get picked off, or something crashes, and it just becomes a nightmare. And it's something we've learned to live with, and now we know you just got to play around it. You're gonna have those good days where that circle's gonna love you, and then there's those days that want nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
And 100%. Sadly for us, that's most days.
And then the last one here, Born to Lead. I think, I went last, so you get to go to the last one.
Okay, so Born to Lead. I feel they're a lot like a DA. I know we've kind of slated DA a bit now, but I wouldn't say the DA that we're seeing now in the PGI.
I would say on Miramar more than anything else. I mean, Miramar, they're good.
You look at how DA got through the qualifiers for PGI. They were smashing everyone across the board, all through. And I feel the way Born to Lead has been playing with they're pretty tactical. Yeah. And I feel seeing them play and watching DA play through the qualifiers is more, aligned. The DA we're seeing now currently, I don't know. They're not showing what they're really made of. They're getting picked off stupidly, third partied, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's my personal opinion. I think a good DA matches Born to Lead currently.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, DA is going to get in. Let's be honest. DA is going to get into the weekly finals. I honestly do believe that they're going to have a great game on Miramar. I'm hoping for EU's sake as well. Let me just go to the chat quickly. I can see here when we're going to see some statistics of players and teams on PUBG Africa quite soon. Obviously, I know we haven't published the last statistics, which is on an Excel spreadsheet and stuff like that, which we haven't done yet, but we're going to do that pretty shortly as well after this. But yeah, we'll get all those stats over to you guys. I do apologize, we've been a little bit busy with getting things up and running and stuff like that. Cool. And then again, coming to our sponsor, thank you to Surf4cars for sponsoring this podcast. Any car you want, they've got it. And we'll just play that nice little video again for you guys. Well, we just switch that on.
Fallen in love with a car? Visit surf4cars.co.za. Any car you want, we got it.
That's surf4cars.co.za. Any new or used car that you want to buy, head over to the website. They've got tons of dealerships, tons of cars on there. Find your car today on www.surf4cars.co.za.
Pretty sure quite a few dads would probably soak their kids like that.
Yeah,
busy
sure.
paying attention.
That's for sure. All right, and then we're going to move over towards the power clip, guys. Obviously, the power clip, !power clip, where you can go vote for the power clip of the week. That'll be on our podcast next week, where we reveal the winner and obviously the next video as well. But to give you guys, in case you missed it, here's the clip of, these are the top 4 clips of the week. As now we see the members of Legends now take on the fight towards Nas Gaming. Can Anonymous win it? He does indeed. And he'll be the last member standing here. DVS, where's his teammate? Just above on top of the hill here. Rest of Nas, where they're coming through. TF2 coming in from behind here. Does he spot out Anonymous? He does indeed. We'll take the shots over towards Anonymous. Does not able to get the knock on towards him. We'll try and see if he can reposition himself. Timing needs to be on his side. Shots coming, raining out on. Good shots coming out there. It's gaming, and so it's a 1v1 at this stage. Can they win out the fight? Anonymous just getting back here. We'll throw out the grenade. Changes up his position, but I think Anonymous here's where TF2 is coming from, and Anonymous will win out that fight and pick up the kills there. And then Anonymous now needs to pull himself off here as Hot Diggity looks to see what he can do here, as we see Anonymous making this rotation wider away from him. The shots come raining out towards him, not able to get him at the stage. Shots come raining out from Hot Diggity, and Hot Diggity will eventually get that kill on towards Anonymous. Comes JMSP on the opposite side with a vehicle. They're going to be trying to crash out the back of the shack here. They're going to be rushing in towards the members of Sick Daddy Club. All of them get taken out there in the end of the day. Good work coming out there from Red Act and push from the Hellhounds onto White Rabbit Gaming. As the shots get rained out, Ennis Tomato gets knocked out here. Can he win out the fight? And Fix wins out and takes out Ennis Tomato. And that is the power play, Syneater power play for the week number 5. Obviously, we will be going over that and cast your votes on Twitter. The link has been produced by our mods there, by Viking as well. So, yeah, I mean, looking at that, we were talking while we were watching that video, Anonymous, player to watch.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's been popping off. I know he's done some damage to us as well, but definitely someone who's I've only recently seen him start, and looks like he's doing some big things. So excited to see what he does. Just shoot someone else, not us.
I like that. I mean, they recently moved him from the Wasp into to the Legends in the Inexorable team there, and Pia, he's definitely shining with the Legends at this moment. It's going to be interesting to see what he can pull off in the next coming weeks as well. I'm going to go to Q&A. I know you had some of them. Obviously, I saw some Q&As asking how many dogs you have.
Yeah, right in the start there. I think it was Dr. Schizo. Yeah, so we have 6 dogs here. What's it? 4 border collies, 1 pavement special, and then my little dude Butters. So yeah, house full of dogs.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Any questions you want to ask before we end the stream, guys? Just pop it over to us. Any questions whatsoever?
Nice and quiet.
Nice and everybody quiet. You have any questions, Shep?
When can we start having more tournaments in a week? Syneater, come on, help a brother out here.
Surf4cars as well.
Oh yes, hot ass that. Have a guess. Actually, I want to see if you can nail it.
Ooh.
Give us an
Okay,
let's see.
I'll give you an idea because I think Hot knows how old I am. He's younger than me, and you're gonna be shocked now. 65.
Yeah, see,
yo, he's coming out there, bruh.
I'm so rude. Okay. Oh, 1. Thanks.
1.
Nice guy.
Wow. Smokey said it had to be your mate.
Like
yeah. Came out like So
my
how
poor
old are
mother.
you?
I am 29, hitting the big 3-0 this year though in June. So yeah, almost a buddy.
Almost a buddy. Shepard, who do you think is the most improved players in PUBG Africa? That's a tough one.
I don't know. It'll have to be unknowns. I feel he wasn't very good in the beginning, and now he's great. No, I don't know. The AAO boys, I think, are really bringing some heat. I know they aren't always. They seem to be a top 10 team the whole time, but they're doing well. Like Deathmog, he's playing a good game, and I have to give credit where it's due. And I feel they really are coming up nicely. Deathmog and his team. Bye, Felicia.
No, we go. No, 100%. I totally agree. Definitely against all odds is looking pretty sharp at this moment. As I'm just busy looking over here to try and raid one of our members after this stream. So I'm just busy preparing for that. Well, and who else do you think? I mean, anyone else that you think?
Yeah, I know Skinny's always been good in our team, but
I mean, yeah.
Actually, Jin, you know what? We have to give credit to him. I know we've talked about it. He's a solid anchor player for us, and he doesn't get enough credit for what he's doing, I feel. So this man, he's really stepped up to the plate now, and you can see it when stats are going to come through. He will have the decent number of kills, good high amount of damage. So yeah, I think that is someone who's also really brought his A game.
Yeah, I mean, compared to where he started now, I mean, obviously we moved him to like a sub role as well, and then obviously we had Diggs coming in, and then obviously he just started like grinding hard. It's looking quite good as well from him. Yeah, 30. Wow, a distant memory for me. A great night it was celebrating that. Yeah.
Yeah, see, and there's a cheeky mates again. Hey? Yes, I will start streaming again. Sadly, the stream PC binned it. I think it was yesterday or the day before. So trying to deal with that.
Okay. But yeah, guys, I think...
I see Henny's got one more.
Yeah, he's got one more. Your best moment in PUBG local that you'll never forget. That's a good question. Do you even have one?
I've got a couple.
Okay.
So jamming at Comic-Con when Metal State had a stand there. For me, that was a lot of fun. But
no, that was 80K.
Number one.
That was 80K, not Metal State.
Oh yes, 80K. Sorry. But killing Only Unknowns when I was with Horizon Gaming. And making
even
sure
assault,
I just flashed him.
assault. When we were against Recon, we used to even keep a count on how many times Shepard killed Unknowns, and then we had a count. Like, that's number 5.
I've got dibs. He is mine.
Yeah, I remember that.
And also aimless. He was the top one to hunt, but I loved it.
I like it. Do you think? Hang on. How do you pick yourself up after poor performance? What gets you up again? That's a good question. Because I mean, everyone has bad performance. So
you just have to try and put the game behind yourself. You're going to be frustrated if it takes a good song to listen to. Like for me, I'll go and listen to some metal or metalcore, whatever's tickling my fancy, and just keep quiet, mute everyone just for that little bit, get your brain in order, just bring everything down to neutral, start fresh, forget what's happened, move forward. And yeah, if you need, just take a bit of a walk. Like literally, if you go down early in the game, stand up, just tell the guys, look, I'll be back in 5, go for a walk. Clean your mind, come back fresh. It's the best thing I can recommend. It's something I learned from the sporting days that helps. You just need to breathe and move forward.
Okay. At 29, I thought you would be a Bieber fan.
Listen, I'd like to have a lady friend, but I'm not willing to put up with that kind of nonsense. Wow. I hear that I'm out.
His words, guys. No. Nothing. My first kill in PUBG comp was Shepard. From then, I knew I could play pretty decent. I like it, plugs.
Now the BMs are starting. Nice, guys.
These are starting. That's awesome. But yeah, guys. I think that's it from us today. Thank you so much, Shepard, for joining me this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure. It was quite a nice.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was epic. Again, also thanks to our sponsor, Surf4cars. .co.za for sponsoring this podcast. Any car you want, they've got it. Go have a look on their site, www.surf4cars.co.za, and go find your car today. But again, Shep, thank you so much.
Yeah, we'll check you online. See you guys on the battlefield. I think everyone, good luck to everyone who's in some comps on Sunday.
Yeah,
100%. And for the rest of the week.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, we're gonna do a raid, guys. We're gonna raid one of our PUBG streamers as well. He's not streaming PUBG at the moment, but it's fine. He needs some help to get affiliated as well, guys. So go show him some love from PUBG Africa. In the chat, I just want to see from PUBG Africa. I just want to see in his chat, guys. I just want to see it all happen there. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us this evening. As I start the raid here as well. The raid is now about to head off. But until then, guys, I'll see you guys next week or on Wednesday for the Challenger battle.